Okay, should we try that again? I finished it up. I put you down and I finished it up. We are here. We're here Monday night down in Denver on 14th and Bannock with Mutual Aid. And Viria and Jess, Catstock Hobbs, Anna Sophia is going to be speaking tonight. And it's getting cold. I'm going to set you down. Let's see if we can do this without ending the video while I get my coat on. I need another coat. It's pretty cold. See somebody down here. Okay. All right. Oh, sure. Hi, sweetie pie. Did you? I miss you. I'd like to see you again. Okay. Let's see. It's Jess. Unloading again. Hi, good, how are you? Good. Where's my tripod thing?
Oh, it's in the
cart. Smells pretty good around here. Oh, it's got here. Hold that for a second. Oh, but don't cover the hood. Oh, that's a lot warmer. Are you watching me?
Yep.
Oh.
Setting up the tripod.
So, I broke a tripod?
She broke the tripod, I guess.
Well, I slept on it, and it one day, and then I just completely died on me.
Oh no.
Because I lost a piece.
You don't have candles?
We're about to get it set up. Sorry about my horrible hand coordination. We got a prop up porta potty there. That's pretty cool. Hey, Mom.
But it's all good.
Hey, do you have a smart speaker? If so, you can listen to Mix 100 while you work from home or make dinner.
That would be good.
You just want to chill out with
Are you ready?
super easy. Just say, hey Alexa, or hey Google, play Mix 100 Denver. Today's best mix is available on your smart speaker. Anytime you want it, just ask for Mix 100 Denver. Mix 100.
We're starting to back up now northbound I-25, just a touch in between 6th Avenue as you make your way to Spear. The airport sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast. Awesome solar on that north end of I-25.
You've been watching me the whole time, the struggle. Oh, that looks good. It looks like a lot of nothing. Do we have any tarps, son? Daria? Let me see. Let me check with her. See any? Do we have any tarps? Nope. No, I'm sorry. There's creamer, and then there's creamer. Okay. You get some clothes on. I don't even clothes. So I saw those are third, yeah.
So we're gonna meet 1 o'clock here next Sunday. To talk about like Monday night parade, where we go.
Awesome, I do. 1 o'clock, 1 in the afternoon. Right. So on Sunday, no. Is Anna gonna bring? Yeah. Okay. So Anna's gonna speak at 5. That's awesome. I should help. So look, these containers down there, she got them from her daughter-in-law. And I saw them at Costco. They're like $38 for 200 of them. Darren, hi. So what do you think, Darren, about the containers? They're cardboard and not clamshells or styrofoam. So that'd be good. Justice over here bringing more stuff. Always bringing more. You keep bringing stuff out, honey. Do you need help?
My van really never empties.
You do? You think you got everything now? Okay. There's the water bottles. Kevin, hi.
I'm walking back. Thank you.
Hi.
said she's gonna send this for me till I come back. I gotta take it back to there. I'm coming back.
Maybe on the albums that will keep it back.
Yeah, so, I'm gonna give me a right here.
I'll keep it.
Don't go home. Take that up. I'm coming right back.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you so much.
I'll leave it here.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I will guard it. Thank you, ma'am.
Here, tell me more, Jess. So tell me more.
We're gonna put it at a camp to, make the camp kind of accountable for their own legaloo.
Yeah.
It's basically a little portable potty.
Yeah.
And it has liners.
Look, what do you think, Levi?
Privacy.
I talked about it. I think it's cool.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah. It is awesome.
So,
And where did you get that?
Well, Vera got it. I'm not sure.
You don't know where she got it?
She got it at a camping type store, I think.
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna give it a try.
Uh-huh.
The
And
city won't provide porta potties, so we'll try the
so,
porta potty.
and where are we gonna? And she said that we're gonna have a meeting on Sunday.
Yeah.
And we'll probably talk about where all this stuff is gonna come from and hold money and all that stuff, right?
Okay, now I'm getting confused.
Yes, I can.
We'll think about it.
Let's see if I can do it from here. I don't know. I don't know if it'll reach that far. I might just have to give you the keys. Did you want something to eat first? Or do you want one of those stuffed peppers? Before they're
You know
gone?
what? I am going to take one of the stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take one of the stuffed peppers too. Here we go. Anna's speaking at 5. Okay.
But it's working for you?
Oh my gosh. There's enough. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Okay, good. Good. That's awesome. Oh, cool. And then. Oh shoot! Sorry. Whoever that was, I did not mean to touch that. Hi, honey. Hi there. How are you?
I'm stuck in Mike and I called him.
Hey, Howie. How you doing?
What size are these? I think they'll. Oh, please be between my two.
How are your feet doing?
Hey, you. Hi, honey.
Oh, okay. You know what? Somebody should. I passed it all out and then I set it down at the table. Oh, somebody walked away with it.
She is awesome.
We had no bride.
Is this your first time? Yeah. Oh, my wife. This is my wife. She goes on there. Oh, these are good. These are good.
Where'd that come from? That is a.
You're using AAA batteries?
You know, AAA batteries, yeah.
How is it yourself? How many do you have? 3. You'd say.
Gonna have a salt pepper. So. Where did you go? Back to the car? Probably.
Otherwise, you're in pretty good shape? Yeah. Got beautiful stuff pretty good? How'd you do on that really big stuff?
Yes, I love you.
Maybe I'm ahead of you. We all do what we have to do, right? I like it. Oh, here's what happened in the radio. The shooting. Oh, Atlanta. Yeah. Yeah, I was making me think about his friend. I've been down in tree because if somebody comes out, if I said, I met a guy who was in Springs, he said, I wish I would have got a hold of her and never tried. Because he has a sister, a new sister. for the cup. That might be the best way to eat that. Maybe I'll do one. Innovation. That might come back to the chiller. Thank you.
I finally got some masks from Brian, and I was going to wear them.
I got it. Yeah, I'll take some other blankets too.
This is actually a work plate. And then you could read it. I like it. Thank you guys.
Love this.
Did she give you batteries? Yeah. You gotta try these stuffed peppers. Hey, huh? Easier to eat out. How you been doing? You got your boot on. You okay? Good to see you.
Absolutely, and I will let Helen know, and she'll look too.
Look, it's Karen walking. We just marvel every time we see her walking. Gets hit by a car and is walking again. Look at her, she's beautiful. Is Janet, do you know Janet's coming?
Yeah, 32, 32.
Yeah.
Do you have napkins in your hand? I can go grab napkins.
I have some paper towel here somewhere.
Oh, okay.
There was some over there. Oh, yeah. I'll go get some towels.
I feel like my kids right now, like the worst ones are everywhere.
I'll go get some paper towels out of the car.
Yeah. Before it's on God. There's still a lot? Okay, I'll get it before it's on God. I think I'll be possible.
Treat yourself.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Not all that work.
Enjoy my life a little. Thanks for the reminder.
Pretty good, huh? Go away. Good.
Yeah, probably that's the best. Yep. There should be more. There were so many folks interested, so. But you know how it is. All the odd and outs that were interested were on track, so I don't know.
Good. Where's your whipped cream? Okay, go. Good, huh?
I haven't tried it yet. I am on a slab, but you're older. I can't do anything. I can't buy anything without you. Oh, no. So now you've made me a manager. But I still think that I'm warranty, you know? I'm not going to do that again where I don't have a warranty. Yeah, no, you need a warranty.
I have this luck with dogs. So, you want to hear any of my stories? I've lost them in lakes. They followed them out of pocket lake. My kids are like, Mom, you got more iPhones than me when I have. Yeah, come over there. We have
The homeless advisory meeting is something that the city is required to do as part of the lawsuit settlement. And it's where they have a meeting to hear your concerns, and it's going to happen here in the amphitheater on the 31st. It's going to go with just check it
You want to come,
Thank you.
Hi.
What is the organization?
So, here.
No, I'm good. It's fine. I love it. Look at this.
About ready to do it? Is it 5? The guy's got his hospital room.
It is really intense, it looks like.
Smoked bacon and juicy chicken.
I think that he caught it right off the top. He was there, shocking. That's what happened. It was like his journey could take his natural instincts. I'm sure that after an hour or less, that she will probably be blocked from public access. And you won't be able to see all that stuff anymore. It'll be preserved as evidence for a court of law. Unfortunately, because the cops have demanded it. YouTube will give it to him. But I was looking why that guy wouldn't help him. He was like, we decided to take some sort of because it's a live edit, not helping people with cars and that's everybody's choice. Yeah. Right? When I ran into the shooting with the cops were running behind me, I dropped the videotape. The cops saw the security bodies. Right? Yeah. But there were police on scene. Not everybody's trained for that. Some people are trained to do this, right? He's been doing that for a long time. He's been outside of the cars. He's got kids in the gas. All the stuff, right? So he's programmed to do this. Eric Grant is going to go like this. He's not going to run into the gunfire. Eric Grant is going to go into the gunfire. I don't know what I would have done. I don't know what I would have done. They were telling me this my acknowledgement that I have to just go with it and film because I'm hiding, because I'm watching people on. But I also know whether 2 weeks ago I was doing this hand washing thing. I looked, there were people that you do it, so I stayed on my station. So it's the situational mentality that you have to have. I'm over it because of all the things that
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, pull your pants up. Hey, give me 1 second to get my live stream going. Please. Hey, how you doing, man? Good to see you too. Everybody's here. Give me a second. Thank you, Red. I'm almost there. Trying to get started.
I don't know who I was talking about. We were talking about it just yesterday. They don't really do that.
Yeah, a lot of people that like. Hey, also, I don't know if you guys are aware of that.
What? Year of birth. Not the whole birth. Don't look at that.
It says awesome. I saw it too. I know, I just always see like yeah. What time is it?
4:57.
That's right, though, right?
My mother's name is yeah.
Hi, Costa.
Yeah.
If there's something I'm gonna. I'm gonna call it very in the Denver police and where is it to them? No, but don't talk about that right now. And double boarding between is solid enough tonight. I know, it's good. Good morning, boys and girls. Oh, no, it's a good evening. It's actually a record too. We just lost a 30 seconds. Die every day. Hundreds a year. Underhoused. The conditions are rough. And we continue to fight. Behind us, city and county building, where more government votes happen today against people, keep them enslaved and in poverty, to use our taxpayer dollars against our will in ways that destroy and destruct society as a whole, failing to look at life and the property and the consumption of products in all ways. Sustainable and viable. And here on Mondays, we have sustainability in the food beverage containers. Both where beverage care, recycling. It's all about building a new community, about being as knowledgeable, if not more knowledgeable, than the ones that are the voters. Can I get a real quick tech here? Can you tell me how the sound is today? Echo chambers. We're still good? I'm gonna do a mic check. Hey, can you do a mic check? Well, it's going to come around on Colfax behind you in a minute, probably.
Is that better? Do I need to take my mask off or can you guys hear me? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Can folks hear me? Is this better? Okay. Good evening, everybody. My name is Anna. I'm with Denver Homeless Out Loud. Viria asked me to come and speak today on several topics, and when Ben and I were discussing this morning, we added a couple other topics.
Yes, because right here, we've been doing it the whole time. Focus on me.
But before that, Jess has some flyers if you didn't get one. As part of the lawsuit settlement with the city of Denver, the city is required to hold. So I would prefer those go to folks that are unhoused. I can email the folks that are housed. This
I already know about
meeting
it.
is for unhoused folks to voice their concerns to the city. You have an opportunity to come and tell them how they can meet your needs. It's going to be here at the amphitheater on March 31st. It's a Wednesday next week. All right. So we're just going to get right into it. So I was asked to cover several topics. The first topic is, what is a sweep? So a sweep is most easily identified by the fencing used to corral unhoused camps and separate them from mutual aid volunteers. They're usually posted 7 days prior, and notice is given to us by law. Sometimes the city will go to an encampment in the days before a sweep and provide storage or garbage pickup. There might be other service providers. It might look like a sweep in every other way other than the fencing. But it is not a forced removal of people and property. That doesn't mean that people won't leave. It means that it's not being enforced by the police. Okay, the federal injunction. What is the federal injunction? So the court ruled that the city is immediately and preliminarily ordered and restrained in the following ways. So the Denver shall provide to residents of affected homeless encampments not less than 7 days advance notice prior to initiating a large-scale encumbrance cleanup performed by DOTI or a DDPHE ordered temporary area restriction of such encampments. The Denver defendant shall be permitted under this preliminary injunction to conduct a large-scale encumbrance cleanup sweep or temporary area restriction sweep with less than 7 days advance notice only in the event that the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment, DDPHE, and or Denver Public Health singly or in combination determine that there exists reasonable, evidence-based reasons to believe that a public health or safety risk exists which requires advance notice, which requires the undertaking of such encampment sweeps with less than 7 days advance notice to the residents of those encampments. Such determination must be in writing. It must provide a reasonably detailed explanation of the public health basis for the determination, and they must be published in the authoring agency's official online website prior to undertaking such an action. And lastly, in the event, the requirements for an abbreviated advance notice as set forth above. They can do a less than 7 days posting. However, no sweep may take place with less than 48 hours advance notice being given to the residents. So what does this mean? This means that the city must give a 7 days notice for a sweep. The standard for less than 7 days is pretty high, and we really don't see the city ever meeting that. There is one exception, which isn't technically a sweep. We saw an ADA violation in which the sidewalk was blocked and a blind resident could not get home. And in that case, the city could come out and remove the encumbrance, but they would not be forcibly removing people and taking property. That being said, under no circumstances can the city do a sweep in less than 48 hours. So they cannot come by and say, you have to move now. Even when they post the 48-hour notices, they have to go through this process for a less than 7-day notice. So the 48-hour notices are also not real notices. So what does a notice look like? There are several types of notices. There's the encumbrance notice, which is given by Dottie. Then it means that the sidewalk is blocked. There's a public health emergency. Those are given by DDPHE, which is the Denver Department of Public Health and Environment. And this is usually for rotting food, feces or urine, and needles. Trespassing, this would be done by DPD and is a criminal offense. And the property owner can trespass anyone they don't want on their property. So we encourage folks to stay away from private property because this is where they have the least amount of rights. Abandoned vehicle, these are for vehicles that have been at a location for an extended period of time and they are legal. It doesn't mean that it's abandoned, like if somebody's living in it, right, it's not abandoned, but because it's been parked there for so long, it's like within the code, it's abandoned. So, which notices are legal? For an encumbrance violation and public health emergency, there has to be a 7-day notice, and D-Hole has to get an email about it. Occasionally, we can catch them on a technicality if they get the cross streets wrong, or they get the date wrong, the day wrong. You know, if they get something wrong, then we can call them on that. 48-hour notices are violations of the injunction. So, how to push back? So the most important thing, at least as advocates, is to keep calm. It is really important that nobody antagonize the police in any way. If you do, you will find me in your face directly having a conversation with you. One of the things that we rely on is the recording of the city's violations in order to hold them accountable through the legal system. We try to capture things like property loss and aggression with residents when people are behaving very inhumanely or in a real vulgar kind of way or very aggressive. I just want to remind everyone that when we're dealing with DPD, we're seeking to build bridges and help them remember their humanity. Somewhere they lost their way, and we need to help them to see that the people that they are doing this to are humans like them, because right now they don't value the unhoused.
You have to build bridges with the police officers.
If you catch officers being aggressive, using foul language, report it and ask for mediation. If you want help, let me know. If there's a posting for an encumbrance and there is no encumbrance, make a short video of walking the camp showing that the sidewalk is clear and send it to the info@denverhomelessoutloud.org email. And in the past, when I have done that, I send it to our attorney, they send it to the city, and they stop the sweep. The fencing that neighbors put up to prohibit human survival are ordinance violations, and they can be reported at www.denvergov.org, and you are all encouraged to do so. If anybody wants to put together a list of where all that fencing is so we can give it out to folks, let me know. Where to go is the question most often asked. So there's no safe or legal space. What we encourage folks to look for is a good public right-of-way. These are pieces of sidewalk or grass in between the sidewalk and the street. So right here, this would be the public right-of-way. That would be the sidewalk, if this were a street. It must be preferably in front of an empty lot or a public building, because camping on private property can and will likely lead to trespassing, which requires little to no notice and is a criminal offense. And if anybody is interested in mapping out good public right-of-ways, let me know. So I have a couple other topics that maybe are a little more sensitive. I want to address the advocate versus savior. So we seek to advocate and to teach people to advocate for themselves. We don't save anyone, people save themselves. So boundaries are a form of compassion for self. It's hard for people who have resources to not want to fix everything. And this really is based in ethnocentrism and doesn't respect the autonomy of our unhoused community members. There's also a power dynamic between volunteers, advocates, staff, and unhoused community members, which we need to be aware of and not overstep those boundaries. The biggest challenge that we have is changing public opinion. We must, and I can't stress this enough, do our own personal work as advocates. We need to change the narrative of opposition to cooperation. We must use the language that unites our common concerns and goals. We can agree that no one should have to live in a tent. We can agree that blocking sidewalks, walking in needles, poop, pee, and riding food is undesirable. We can agree that no one should have to be harassed for walking down the street. The issues of the unhoused, housed, and businesses are all the same. We need to seek common ground and unity. We have the ability to mitigate these concerns. Why would the city work against all of its constituents? We are more powerful united than divided. This is what has worked on us forever and ever and ever. They divide us, we bicker about stupid bullshit, and we can never, never amass a movement because we can't get past our own personal whatever to come together. We are the ones who make the entire machine work. So that's pretty much my spiel. I am happy to take questions if anybody has them.
What was that email again? Info
at denverhomelessoutloud.org.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Anna.
Thanks for having me.
Joey, out of the way. You want to ask a question?
You have a question?
Nope.
I was just saying yay. Good job, Anna.
Did you do your hair?
Oh, yes, thank you. I had the ability to actually take a nice shower last night instead of rushing one this morning. So I'm taking care of myself creatively. Yes. I got a one of these pressure cookers. Yes. And cool right there. So, I did that yesterday. And of course, if you guys don't know, there was a big issue in Boulder today.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
So there was a shooting, and one of my friends and a fellow live streamer was there.
Yeah.
And shopping for his own, getting ready to go shopping. People inside that died were probably his friends, and he bought groceries for them. So it was rough. Eric was on, and everybody else in the turn. Boom, 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 at the shooter. And I'm like, no, who's there? I'll show you that. And it's just kind of a sad situation because it's like that everybody's like a QAnon.
Yeah, they had an armored vehicle and they were smashing inside of the gatekeepers and they were trying to get in there. So. The armored vehicle.
It was a little hard.
So did they get up?
I don't know. It was still going on when I left. I don't know what happened.
I was going to say, I just heard things through the grapevine.
Nobody, I'm sure if he's awake, somebody calls him, wakes him up, he's like, we're not gonna, we're gonna focus on a couple of things here real quick, and I'm actually gonna music and copyright strikes, and then I can play music here. Which is good.
Yep. Everybody's in the car.
One of your bags. This one's okay. Yeah.
You got your dad. You look like your dad.
I like that map.
I know, like,
Some of the people who are confident.
yeah.
Take everything in my car for them to put handcuffs on me and me not take them. Just,
You need to have one that says back up, right?
Nice to see you here. Love the pen bag.
Every time I see her, I'm going to say,
Yeah, I was gonna wear Brian's my new mask I got from Brian, but I left it by the front door. Well, I know. I have a few that I like. You know.
Yeah, that are super comfortable.
Yeah. I really like this. You guys should go over there and look. Let's go over there and look. I'll bring my camera.
Here the clay pots are.
Yeah. So you know what I heard is that if you use, and I heard that if you use Crisco in your as for the candle, it burns like forever.
Canister, metal one, and I think she was using Crisco.
Yes, Crisco. It'll burn like for 30 hours, like a whole can. So, see what they do over here? They're making little heaters. So what do you got, the bricks? You got some with bricks? Here we go.
Missing all the supplies for the bricks, but I just yeah, the bricks have this like pants
And then it warms it up.
Yeah. Okay, so. And then they use hand sanitizer for fuel too.
I've heard that word.
And lard sometimes, right? Yeah. But Crisco is supposed to work really well.
That's the best. Like one of those giant cans convert for expensive.
That's awesome, huh?
Does it have like a
Did you?
wick in it?
Yeah, you put a wick in it. And then burn it like so. And then we also learned from, I was watching. Oh, what are they? And Cake, her name was Cake, was giving some tips, and she said if you tried it out, yeah, I don't know if they tried it. Have you guys tried soaking the wicks in salt water yet, or soaking the wicks in salt water yet? Did you hear about that?
Tried that, but most people prefer hand sanitizer, isopropyl, but we haven't tried it.
No, to keep soaking the wicks, like the strips of the wicks that you use in salt water, and then letting them dry, and they burn longer then.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I know that we usually tell people to dip it in. Usually they
Oh.
dip it in whatever you're burning it with, because if then it'll burn too fast and it's too dry.
Oh, okay.
I've never heard of that, yeah.
I guess the salt water or the salt water will keep it down. But anyway, so that was a really cool tip. And then Mike is making the clay pots, right?
Huh?
Mike from the food.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's making the clay pots. He's fitting. Yeah, he's got a wheel and a kiln. Yeah, I know. I love that. I like to do that.
As I drove here. But one of my
I'm so. That's so sad. So sad. It's
like once you start running out of things.
yeah. See, they're talking about the insulation. It's made out of denim.
Yeah, it's like a giant cushion versus, you know, when we used to do cardboard, you need to lay on that. It's kind of, yeah. I mean, it's not the most uncomfortable, but it's like when you want a blanket, that's going to be more like a blanket than anything.
And keep you off the cold ground, right?
Like explain to him how you guys would do like
Yeah, so we rip it into like one inch strips because then we can manipulate it a little easier. You're not using big pieces. You can fold it over itself, shove it in there. It's a little more clunky and pointed than anything, which is like, you know, not ideal when you're trying to seal up the bag and go through the tiers. But you know, when you need to make do with what you got, you kind of got to make do with what you got. Yeah, so Lowe's would be the place to go buy it. We got things where we get it for these events because you get it donated to us.
Yeah, you're getting it donated, right?
Yeah, which has been super nice because I think we're like maybe 40 or 50 or something like that. But then also we can make maybe
How many?
10, 15 pads of installation. Or like, yeah, I want to say 10's a rough number. We're playing with design still because it's the end of the snow season, so we're trying to like workshop for next, you know.
So yeah, pretty soon you're gonna have to figure out how to keep people cool, right?
Yeah, I mean it's way easier to keep cool than it is to keep warm.
Yeah, it is.
thank you. I didn't mean to be like, hey,
No,
you.
you're good. Any other questions or anything?
No.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hang around for a little bit longer. These events usually run for about 3 hours. Like all my stuff peppers are gone, and it's always pleasant. Monday night mutual aid. I really enjoy coming down here. The tent fell down. The porta potty. Isn't that awesome? That's an awesome thing, right? Yeah, you're gonna have to figure out how to keep it staked down permanently, right? I mean, still not permanently, but temporarily.
It has to be useful because, like, if it blows over while you're fixing it.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen. But I think if it's for the whole camp, we're gonna enjoy it. And they'll take care of it. Oh, there he is. They're thinking about.
Oh, easy.
It's a potty. Yeah. Yeah. We can leave it down for a little bit.
I tried.
You did. You did a good job. So anyway, that's awesome, huh? Leave you with this. Remember, it is our duty to fight for our freedoms. It is our duty to win. We must love and support one another, just like we're doing. We have nothing to lose but our change. And see you again soon. Love you much. Bye.
Okay, thank you.